let's talk about ARM, shall we? Because I just mentioned that's another company that's sort of betting on this PC AI situation, and they're just out with their numbers as well. They're giving a forecast, so I'm going to go to that first because the company says second quarter revenue will be $780 million to $830 million. The estimate there, $806 million. So pretty much at the midpoint there, it looks like. First quarter revenue at $939 million, beating estimates, and adjusted earnings per share beating estimates by 6 cents a piece here. I'm just looking through the various other lines of business. The royalty revenue, a little bit light of estimates. Licensing and other revenue, though, ahead of estimates.
Yeah, I do see 100 billion AI-ready ARM-based devices deployed by the end of next year. That's 100 billion little devices out there, quite a bit. And here's another quote: as the energy needs of AI continue to escalate, so does the demand for the high-performance, power-efficient ARM compute platform. So just kind of speaking as to the broad demand for these chips overall. Also, here's another quote: AI demand and rising CSS adoption across major market segments drove this record revenue, and that comes from the CEO.
And I think one of the reasons that you're seeing the stock under pressure here is this second quarter earnings per share forecast of 23 to 27 cents. Analysts have been predicting the upper end of that, 27 cents. So that is perhaps why we are seeing the stock fall here. You know, it's interesting. We were earlier talking about the IPO market. And ARM was supposed to crack it open. Remember that when the company came public last year? That was sort of the narrative around it here. It came public last September at $51 a share. Now, the stock has done very well, but it took a little while to gain some traction and get going because the company was trying to sell itself as an AI play. Analysts were saying it's not quite there yet. Maybe in the future there's some promise, but it's not there. But it looks like investors have bought into that future promise with the amazing gain that we've seen in the shares.
Yeah, just real quick, Wi-Fi Interactive one more time. I'll chart ARM from inception here last year, and it's easy to forget that IPO'd only last year, but you can see it's up a net 126%, although 5% loss is what we're seeing in the after hours right now. It's been an interesting. It was an interesting IPO for a number of reasons. Just because the company was so large by the time it finally came to market, and remember they had tried to merge with NVIDIA at one point. That was knocked down by competition authorities in the U.S. and the U.K. So there was quite the story there.